Did Denny Hamlin just disrespect a former F1 champion by saying he has no possibility of winning this race? Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, Denny Hamlin just made a comment about Kimi Raikkonen having no possibility of winning this race at Watkins Glen this weekend in the Trackhouse Project 91 car. Let's take a look at this tweet from Bob Pockris. Denny Hamlin said former Formula One champion Kimi Raikkonen driving for Trackhouse at Watkins Glen is great for publicity. He doesn't view Raikkonen as a race-winning contender or someone who will change the dynamic of the race. Okay, when I first saw that, I was like, all right, maybe they're just putting this tweet out there for just to spice it up. Sometimes you use the headlines like that to spice it up. So then I was like, well, I better listen to the audio to see fully, what was said to make sure, this isn't just headline baiting or something like that. So let's take a look at what the audio said.
It's a great opportunity for him and Trackhouse and whatnot. But as far as like being a contender to like race for the win, I don't think that's a possibility. Just simply because it does take time. It does, it's just, if you look at the people that have been successful in stock cars coming from an open wheel background, it takes a long time, other than you got these anomalies like Tony Stewart and a few others. Montoya took a little bit of time, but it's just really difficult because everyone has gotten so much better, and especially with the information, the data that they've got nowadays, all the drivers that are in the field now have really stepped up dramatically. So I think it's a good thing for our sport if it gets some good publicity. But other than that, I'm not really sure that it changes the dynamic of the race too much.
All right, so there is the audio. He started off pretty good. He said it's a great opportunity for Trackhouse and Kimi Raikkonen to bring attention to the sport. It's a good opportunity for everybody. So far, nothing spicy. But then he said there is no possibility. He doesn't see any possibility of Kimi Raikkonen winning. And that, to me, Trackhouse has had fast cars this year. Trackhouse has 2 road course wins. Kimi Raikkonen, former F1 champion. You think that guy's got no chance of winning this race? I mean, maybe I can see where you're coming from if you say something like, the pit crew might not be as good because it's a part-time team, or maybe some things might be missed on the car because this is a part-time team. It won't get the attention that the full-time Trackhouse teams get. So maybe if you gave a rationale like that, I could see where you're coming from. But Denny then went on to actually give his rationale, and he said guys that come along are very rare from the open wheel motorsport scene that are good at NASCAR. And then he said Juan Pablo Montoya and Tony Stewart are the rare exceptions. And then he said, but it took Juan Pablo Montoya a long time to get good at racing stock cars. I was like, hold on a minute. Maybe racing in circles at round tracks, it took Juan Pablo Montoya a long time to get good at. But let's look at Juan Pablo Montoya's first NASCAR road course race. That was at Sonoma. And you know what happened at Sonoma in his first Cup Series NASCAR road course race? He won. He won the race. So I see Denny Hamlin being way off here. And Tony Stewart's first road course races, he was 15th and 6th or 5th or something like that. So I see the transition not being that big of a deal, especially since this is a new car to everybody this season. And especially because Kimi Raikkonen, he's a former F1 champion. He's not just a guy that won some races in F1. He was the elite, the creme de la creme in F1. He was one of the best drivers, and personally one of my favorite drivers of all time. He's going to be great to listen to on the radio, and I think he's going to be really good on the course. Like I said, the only things, I've got him finishing anywhere from 10th to 20th, and the only reason I've got him finishing 10th to 20th is because, like I said, this is a part-time team. If he had gave that rationale for why he didn't see Kimi contending for the win, I could understand it better. But I've got him finishing there because of the pit crew and because it's a part-time team. But if those two things don't hold him back, I absolutely could see Kimi Raikkonen challenging for the win here at this road course. I think Denny Hamlin is way off the mark on this thing, but let me know down in the comments below what you think. Is Denny Hamlin way off on his comments, or is he spot on? Let me know down in the comments, and of course, if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all you who are already subscribed. Thanks for your time. Peace.